decided to go ahead and finish up what I needed to do because it's very simple to do. I had done this part last time. That was easy anyhow. And I just copied some of the elements and added a few that were similar and looked sort of like what I saw in the image. So this is what I've got up top now. And I put this little thing down here. And then on the back, I guess I haven't done those things, so I'll do a little bit of modeling with you. Okay, so let's just do that. So where's my 3D cursor? My 3D cursor's up there, and I'm going to make some kind of a thing here. All right, so I'm going to bring in a plane, rotate X 90. We're just going to do this quick and easy. I'm not going to focus a lot on the back, but we'll do something here. Alright, so we're going to do some kind of a switch here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press I to inset, and I'm going to come in like this. So I've got that. Let's see. There we go. Okay. I think I will extrude this back a little bit and then grab these edges here and extrude them back like that. Take everything and recalculate outside. I'm going to take this piece to make the actual switch, so Shift D to duplicate, pull it out, P to break it out. And then for this, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put an edge loop there. I'm going to look from the side. I'm going to pull this out. There's lots of different ways to do these kind of switches, so I'm just going to do it this way. Pull that back, grab these two and make a face, and this one and make a face, and then all of them all the way around, including that one, and extrude backwards and scale Y 0 like that. And actually I wouldn't mind having that straightened if I can, so let's scale Y 0 and take this one and snap it to there. Alright, so we have this. Okay, good. So now I'm going to take this edge, I'm just going to bevel it a little bit. And I'm going to take this edge, I'm going to bevel it a little bit. And let's see how easy it is to come around it, how nicely it behaves. If I grab all these edges here. Actually, maybe I'll grab, yeah. Okay, I let go of my selection there. And that's going to be fine for what I want to do. I could actually bevel this a little bit as well. Just come in here just to clean it up. Just do that. Okay, I'm going to take that and I'm going to push it in like this. I'll shade smooth. We're going to do this though as well. So I'm going to grab those edges. So I'm holding Shift and Alt when I do this, so I get it all the way in. And we'll do that. And then we'll do this edge here. And I'd probably have to do this edge on the inside as well, just to finalize it. Okay, so that's going to be my switch there. I'm going to take both of those and join them and just merge by distance in case there's anything. No, there isn't really. So take that and push it in. And let's look again at wireframe. Where is that? There. Okay, I'll just make it a little bit bigger to stand out a bit more. Okay, let's keep going. Let's actually bring the 3D cursor to that so it's a little closer to where I want it to be. So now another plane. Okay, rotate X 90. Grab this edge and pull it up. I'm going to drop an edge loop about there. Take this edge and scale it in so we get this shape. Pull it out away a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to press I to inset and come in. It's pretty thick walls for this, so we'll have that. Let's do the same kind of thing. Let's take this one and this one, and let's extrude back. And then let's take the outer edge and extrude back a little bit further. And let's take this and pull it out, see if we can use that key to break it up. Let's go ahead and bevel this right now, though. Shift Alt and click these edges all the way around. I don't mind if that one goes across, that's all right with me. Control B. I've got my usual 5 in there, and then for this one I usually do 3. Alright, I can shade smooth, but we'll adjust the shading in a minute. Oh, maybe I'll do it right now. But I'm going to be joining all this together anyhow, so. Okay, let's go back to this. So I've got this piece and this piece. Let's see if I just scale them down, if they kind of match the shape of this thing. I think it kind of does. So I think I can use that. So let's just extrude back. Get rid of the, no, I won't get rid of the back. Yeah, I will get rid of the back face. Why not? And I'll bring that in. Alright, and now I'm going to bevel this. Yeah, okay, I'll do Shift Alt and click and get the whole thing across. That's fine. Shouldn't be a problem, I hope. And I can look at this and Control B. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I won't do it that way. Maybe I'll just grab this and this and this and this and this and this. I'll get a funny shape here, but I think that's okay. We'll do 5, and then I'll take all of this, and I'll have to click more than once. It's a little bit of an odd shape, but what I'm going to do, actually, I changed my mind. What I'm going to do is, now that I've done that, I'm going to get rid of these faces and just have a big flat end gone on there. Well, it's flat anyhow, but just that kind of thing. Okay, now I can just take that whole thing and give that a bevel. 3 is okay for that. Yeah. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm going to select that now, put my 3D cursor there, and I'm going to bring up, let's try a cube this time. And just use that to make these, I don't know what you call those, indents where the plug would go. Let's do that, and let's round that so it looks a little nicer. Take these edges here. I'll do some more work on this in a second. I'm going to do 5 though, like that. Okay, I just want to push it in a little bit. Okay, so yeah, back into that, and I will just copy it over by I won't bother with the mirror or anything, and I'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to select this, and I'm going to do a Boolean, and it's not closed at the back, so I'm going to try fast, and hopefully we'll get what we need, and we did. Let's see if I can push these in any further, although it's going to be black, and it's not really that necessary, but, and then we'll see how well we can bevel this. Oh, this is looking a little awkward here. So what I'm going to do is, that's not going to bevel very good. I'm going to use the knife tool, and I'm just going to take a vertex here and just drag it up to the corner. And I think I will, let's see if I can get rid of this yet. Not yet. How about we, they're going to need 2, and so I'm going to come from here down to one of these, like a middle one. I should be able to get rid of this one now, and then I'm going to come from here over to this side, something like this, and then I should be able to get rid of all of that. Now I'm going to come back in and see what we can do. All right. Okay, we have a problem here. By the way, I should be recalculating outside, making sure about that. That could have been a problem there. That may have been what I did. I may not have done that. I mean, I know I didn't. I don't think I did that, but that may have been causing the problem in the first place. All right, at any rate, we've got that. Let's push that in, and let's join these together. Okay, and let's just leave that off for now. I'm going to join those together. We can always come back and do some other stuff. And the last piece I just can't see very well, and so I'm just going to create anything. I was thinking of doing parallel ports and serial ports, but really I think I'm just going to do something straightforward. I'm going to pull this down to here. So I'll have this, and I'm going to come out like this, and then I'm going to Control B and have just one. I'm going to come back like that. Get rid of that back face. And then just start putting in a few edge loops. They'll be a little bit bent, but I'll just straighten them. So SX0. In fact, I'm going to pull this to here, and then I can get straight. Oh, I thought I could get straight edge loops. I will in between. So I'll put that one there. And then, no, I don't need another one there. So I've got one over here. All right, well, we'll just keep going with edge loops. I'll do a section there, make sure it's straight. And we'll come here, SX0, and then this one should be straight. So I have an area in there. And then we'll come up here. We'll do the same kind of a thing. Scale X0. Actually, I'll put it here. So I can't really tell. So I'm just going to do whatever. And another one down here. All right, so I should have some areas that I can indent here. Yeah, that's good enough. So I'm just going to extrude those in. Actually, I may inset and get a little bit of a flat area. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. Let's do that again. I'm going to do it like that. Extrude it in. And for this one, I think I'll put on the bevel modifier. I'll go up to 3, 0.01. I'll switch this to arc. That'll round the corners a bit. So I'll have that. Let's take the whole thing and bring it in. Bring in that much. Okay, and then I'm going to come back into this and see. Okay, I'll use this piece, Shift D, and duplicate it, pull it out. P to break it out. Let's scale it down a little bit. Take this edge and we'll make some kind of a button-y thing here. So let's come out, and actually let's just come out a little bit, and let's come out again and just scale it down. We'll get rid of the back face here, and I've got the bevel on, so just do that and push that in like that. Just check the size. Maybe I'll scale in the X just a little bit. I'll do that, I'll make a little something there, so I'm going to take that face there, break it out, scale that in the X. Really not looking at the diagram. Okay. I'll do it there. And I'll scale that in the Z and in the X. We'll just make something fit, even if it's not exactly the same as the diagram. I'm going to push back to there, get rid of that face. Let's hide this bevel for the moment. And just create a couple of cuts in here. Almost like a USB. I just couldn't tell what it was. And we'll get a slightly bigger one here. But we won't do it right to the ends. So we'll do something like this. And then we'll come in with these. Let's turn this back on. And let's make this a little bit smaller. And that's not going to change anything. Let's do one. Yeah, like that. I just want to make sure that these are, yeah, okay, they're in front. Okay, I'm going to take this and scale it in the Y and flatten it out a bit. Alright, so we've got, yeah, okay, we got that. And then, what else is on here? Like almost like a full button or something. Or, I don't know. So let's just use that whole piece, Shift T. We will scale it a tiny bit. P to break it out, although I will be joining it. Bring it back, faces, pull it in. Maybe inset it, and maybe even go in a little bit. I don't want it to look like a picture frame or anything, but I think that's probably okay. Because it kind of looks like that. And then it looks like another one of these and those almost. These and those. So what if I take these? Yeah, I'm not liking this. I want to do something with this. I want to push this in. Just give it a little bit more room there. Let's take both of these and copy them down. And if they fit, if they do, I'm just going to leave them. Now and just go with it. Sort of looks like it does. So I think that'll be all right. And then here, we've got another piece here. Shift D to duplicate, bring it out, scale it a little bit. I'm gonna have to adjust that. I'll break it out for the moment. Come out, and then come out again a little bit, and scale, and bring an edge loop up to sharpen that. Yeah, we got to get rid of that back face. Let's try bringing that in. See where we're at. Okay, let's scale it in the X. Let's take this and scale it in the Z, just to make it a little bit more like that. Which kind of looks like this thing here. All right. Yeah, I can live with that, I think. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply any of the bevels. And I'm going to join it all together. I just want to make sure I like, yeah, I think it's okay. And that is there. All right, I'm going to come to this stuff and I'm going to join it to this stuff. And then I will add on top of the whole thing that and auto smooth. And this is what I end up with. Okay, let's take that whole thing and just merge by distance. See, I got rid of some vertices, that's great. And I'm not going to join it to the back, I don't think. Let's get rid of that. I believe that is it for the modeling of the printer. We can have a quick look at the statistics. 36,000, okay. Let's look with sort of a shiny matte cap. And let's check that, by the way, nothing is flipped. Yeah, I could see a discoloration. That's why I thought to do that, because it looked a little dark to me. So, yeah, not the most incredible detail or anything on either of these things, but there's a lot going on. So, and that's, you know, it's already been, I think, 3 modeling videos and 1 preparation. So, the one thing that I'm going to tell you is I'm going to texture this differently than I have in the past. Instead of using the UDIM method, I'm going to use different materials on this, and I believe I've set up some of those materials already. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I come over to here, I've got a material called top, and the buttons are in that top as well. Down here, this one is called bottom, and then I have tray, and this thing is tray. This thing is part of the bottom, and that's the bottom. And I'll figure out where all this stuff goes, and I'll have 3 or 4 materials. So for example, this will be part of the top, and this is part of the top. I'll have 3 or 4 materials, and what that means is when I UV unwrap this, there's a separate UV map for each material or texture set in Substance Painter. So when I bring this into Substance Painter, the whole model, just like this, I will see on the right hand side by texture sets, I'll see top, bottom, tray, and that kind of a thing. I may have 3 or may have 4. And each of those texture sets or materials in blenders uses its own UV. So, for example, if I come over here, I've already done some of this, but let's say I take this top, forget about that piece. I've used Smart UV Project to do this. All right, and that's the top. If I then come over here, and you can see this is one UV tile. If I come over to the bottom, this is another Smart UV projected part of the model. Actually, I think I used Cube Project. I'll talk a little bit more about this later with all of the modifiers applied. And it seems like, well, aren't they going to overlap? You know, like they seem like they're in the same UV space. But because this is a different material, it's a different UV map. So you don't have to have all of the UDIMs as long as you separate them into materials. Then you say, well, I don't want to have a million different materials. Well, but you could use the same material. So for example, you know, if I want this thing here to be, say, black, but I also want to put maybe some silver on it. Well, I just call this tray and this tray. So when I make the material for this tray and it's black and it's got some, you know, scratches and stuff like that, it'll also go onto this. All right. So I don't know if I fully explained that, but I'll talk more about that when I show you the UV maps and when we get into texturing. I just have to assign this to something, and we'll do all that very soon. All right, so that's one thing I wanted to tell you about texturing. The other thing is the buttons are going to have icons on them. And so I created very simply some icon alphas. They're just white on black, and then I can choose the color for them. And if you're following along on this and you get to that point and you want to do something similar, I'll provide them. I'll give you a download link in the next video, in the texturing video, where you can download the icons and then you could use them instead of, you know, making them yourself or whatever. All right, so I'll talk about all that in the next video. We are getting set to texture it, so thanks very much for watching. Tune in next time as we get close to finishing this.